How to make more money as a crafter. Generally, there are three ways to make more money selling your crafts. First is sell more crafts. Second is raise your prices, so get more money per craft. And third one I will leave for the end of the video. So first is sell more crafts. How can you sell more crafts? And generally in sales there is a funnel, and the sales funnel starts with how many people saw your product. You can just increase the amount of people who sees your product to increase the sales. How can you do it in real life? So if you have an offline store, you need to increase foot traffic. Ideally, you should get a good location for your store. More foot traffic is better. And I often notice that people who see some restaurant, for example, and they think that, oh my God, this restaurant, the food is not good, the ashtrays are all different, and the waiter is rude. And then they open their own restaurant somewhere, I don't know, 3 blocks away, with better ashtrays and polite waiter. But no one goes to their restaurant, even if it's more tasty, because the location is terrible. So a lot of times businesses blossom because of the location, not because of what and how they do. And actually it might be even more profitable to have a gasoline station there instead of that restaurant. So first thing you should think is about location. Can you get a good location? Can you expose your products to the public somehow, somewhere? Maybe place them at your friend's store, or put them in a shopping mall, rent a small space and display your items. So you need more foot traffic. Next is you can make content. So like me, I'm doing content here. I'm sharing my lessons that I learned, and hopefully maybe you will click a link in the description and visit my website and see my products and maybe even purchase. More content you create is better, but of course it should be targeted on your audience. Then you can partner up with someone. You can partner up with architects. Good example, like if you are making car subwoofers with your CNC machines, you can partner up with a car service. They will send you the dimensions of the trunks, of the car trunks, or of the subwoofer they need, and then you can customize it and build it. You can also partner up with bloggers, magazines, influencers, any kind of partner up with someone who doesn't have a product. There's a lot of influencers who don't have their own products, and they need some kind of products. So they will bring you that attention, that the viewership, the foot traffic, but online. And then of course you can run ads. That requires money, and it's not that straightforward, unfortunately. Attend trade shows. Give away your business cards, display your products. Again, it's all about the views. Communicate online and offline. So in my business, I'm selling files for CNC machines, and I see a clear correlation between my activity online and my sales. So even if I don't advertise my products and I just communicate, I help people, I give advice, or I answer questions in Facebook communities, I notice that the sales are growing. It means that people are probably checking my profile and maybe seeing the link to my website and then visiting my website and then ending up being happy customers. So just be active online and offline. Tell people about your products, and you'll get more views and you will sell more. Now, the second part of this video is about how you can raise prices on your crafts. So that's another dimension that you can work on. So first of all, and maybe the most important, is specialty. Like, imagine you're carving flags. Just flag will cost n amount of money. But if you add some specialty, if you, for example, will make flags for veterans only, you can charge more per flag. Or, for example, if I am a designer of chairs only, and I don't make tables or I don't make other furniture, I will be a better designer of chairs eventually than other designers who design everything. So specialty is the best way to charge more for the same thing. And a good lesson we can learn here from pharmacy companies. You can find this example in many business books. So for example, if you go to a pharmacy and you ask for a painkiller, a general painkiller will cost you N dollars. But if you ask for a painkiller for example, headaches or some other specific pain, they will offer you a medicine specifically for headache, for example, and it will be several times more expensive. But if you look at the ingredients, it will be the same component. There might be a little bit different amount of it, but up until now, there is no painkiller that taken orally that can target specific organs. So it is the same painkiller, just 10 times more expensive because you want that specialty. Another example, my neighbors are mechanics. And the guy mentioned in the first visit that for 25 years he was a Mitsubishi mechanic. And I was surprised that I never saw it in the description of his store or in his store's name. And he looks like he's struggling. And one thing he could do is to just rename his store to Mitsubishi Specialist. And I'm sure he can charge much more because he is a specialist. He has 25 years experience specifically with Mitsubishi. And if I was a Mitsubishi owner and I had some kind of complicated problem, I would for sure go to him, not to someone else, some generic mechanic. So your goal is to become number one in something, in some location. You don't need to be a startup with an innovative idea or do something that no one did. You could be a best barber in your block, and everyone would know that if you need a haircut in this block, you go to this barber. So your goal is to become number one, best in something. And that, to become number one, to make it easier, make it very specific. Next is brand, age, and reputation. So with time, you will accumulate reputation. It will build your own brand as long as you stick to something, as long as you stick to similar logo and similar name and domain name. And as long as you have your own reason why you're doing it and you're staying consistent, you will develop a brand, you will develop some kind of fellowship. So brands can charge more for their products. You can see that Nike charges more for their sneakers than non-branded sneakers. So people are ready to pay just to be one of those who have the branded thing. So next is scarcity. You can just make less items. Last year I made 8 chairs. And when I advertise, I always tell that the price is this high, and they're like, oh, so expensive. But I'm saying we're out of stock. We're sold out, and I have 6 months orders, so I can't make the chair. So even if you want to buy it at that price, you'll have to wait for 6 months. And then a couple of weeks later, I might call them and tell them that, hey, we have one client, they canceled their order, and here are the chairs. We're giving away them for 50% discount. And at that moment, they might buy. So scarcity, whether true or not true, like you can fake scarcity, but you can actually make less items and they will be more expensive. You can also use premium woods, limited edition of something, use something like one of a kind, like that tree is 200 years old in specific forest, I don't know. The next is complexity. If you make your crafts more complex, they're harder to replicate, so you will have less competitors, and less competitors gives you a lever. You can adjust your prices without looking at other people. So it is nice actually if you combine CNC, lathe, maybe upholstery, if you add some laser engraving. So more machines you need in the process, more complex the process to replicate, it's actually better because it makes your business, the entry level is higher, so you will have less competitors. It's called blue ocean. You can create your own market and no one will share it with you because it's just too complicated. And I probably will make another video about the complexity and how good it is for businesses. Actually, complicated business is easier to run. Easy business, harder to run. That's a topic for another video. Next, customization. So big stores, they sell what they have. You can choose what kind of wood you want, you can choose what kind of varnish you want, you can choose what kind of fabric or leather you want for your items. So any kind of customization, and if you can even engrave a customer's name, that would be nice. Some of our chairs, they have a NFC chip with some kind of information. I will not tell what's written there, but we experimented with that. It's an interesting thing. And so anyone with NFC can just, if they know the location of that chip, they can scan it and read the secret. Next is reviews. If you have a lot of reviews from happy customers, it's good. You can raise your prices just based on that. You can even sell your items for cheap until you get enough good reviews and then raise the prices. And the last thing, to raise the price, you can add additional services. You can, for example, add after service. Like if it's a hotel buying chairs from you, you can offer monthly waxing or warranty. Like you can rebuild the chairs, re-sand them, refinish them every year. You can order warranty or money back or different optional services. And then the last thing you can do is just to think about, do you actually need to sell your craft? Because some people can just make videos about how they craft something. Those videos get millions of views and you can get money just from the content. YouTube will pay you for the views. You can check, some people are just making wooden keyboards, or I don't know. I saw like Land Cruiser toy, a car toy from water pipes using a soldier iron. So a lot of people are just being creative, doing something without selling those things, and they're just sharing the content and making money with content. So you can do that, and you can even become an influencer and then promote other people's products and so on. Then maybe you could do rental furniture. So if you're doing furniture or any other craft, maybe try to think if it makes sense to rent out. Because maybe some hotels would love to rent, as long as it's always like new, looks like new. Hotels don't want old furniture. So. Next, you can sell courses or guides like I do. I sell guides, and maybe I will do courses about how to make furniture. My next design will probably have some upholstery items, and I will probably have to make videos on how to do upholstery. First I will have to learn it myself. I don't know how to do it yet, but then I will share it. So one way to make money from craft is to teach others, and you can also teach offline. I know one girl, she's doing jewelry, silver jewelry, and she has offline courses. So people can visit and do it with their hands. And then you can also patent something. You can patent your crafts. Like for example, I make my chairs. I can patent a chair, and then I can license it. So I can monetize the IP, the intellectual property. So these were ways to make more money as a crafter. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.